Well, this was not supposed to happen. This is just a bunch of crap, and no one asked if I would go along.
So we are here with Analise Scarpaci. How are you doing?
You.
Good. How's quarantine treating you?
It's been an adventure. It's getting a little repetitive at this point, but we're doing okay. Yeah.
Yeah. How have you been staying creative during this time?
I've been writing a lot, which I've been so grateful for. Right when the shutdown happened, I decided for the first time in like 3 years to pick up my guitar and actually start writing stuff. And it's been pretty great for me. I haven't been able to stop. So eventually I'll be releasing new music throughout this year, which is so fun. And I'm so excited for everybody to hear it.
That's awesome. And if you don't follow, you share a lot of covers on your Instagram, which is awesome.
I do.
So check those out. We'll leave all of your social media in the little box down below. But make sure you check that out, and it'll be really fun. And we'll share once all that music comes out. I'm excited for that.
Thank you.
So you started on Broadway at a young age.
I did.
How did you get into like theater?
Okay, long story, but my parents noticed that I was always a performer and always was obsessed with music, obsessed. And they used to make me watch Shirley Temple movies all of the time. And I was obsessed with her, and I would dance around and shake my head thinking that I had like a head full of curls in my hair like she did. And I took dance lessons from a young age, but I really wanted to be a ballerina. I did theater, and I started with the community theater when I was 5, but ballet was my thing. And then I saw Billy Elliot, and it basically ruined my whole life because I didn't realize that you could do ballet and sing at the same time. It was just mind blowing to me. And I looked in the playbill, and I found a manager and sent my little headshot and resume in snail mail, and the rest is pretty much history.
You did A Christmas Carol, but then you were also a replacement for Matilda, which I'm
Yeah.
sure many of my followers and subscribers know about that. So what was it like getting to start Matilda and getting into that cast?
Yeah. Well, I always say that A Christmas Story was my like being my Broadway debut was the perfect show for that because it was just so magical. It was a limited run. It was Christmas, start to finish. 15 kids. It was just unbelievable. It was constant motion and chaos, and I loved every second of it. And then when I got to Matilda, we had done the Tonys for A Christmas Story that Sunday. That Thursday, I went in for my final callback for Matilda, and it was my 8th grade graduation. So they actually had to stall the graduation before I got there because I was still in the city. But it all worked out in the end. But being a swing in Matilda was one of the most educational experiences in my entire life. And I pretty much owe my entire work ethic to, like, especially in the dance world, to Matilda. They taught me everything I know.
And it's awesome to have your Broadway debut like during the holidays and with just a bunch of kiddos. Like that sounds like a dream, honestly.
And we're all so close still. And it's, I want to say, what is it, 2021? It's almost 9 years that I've known all of those kids, and we're all super close. My friend Jack came to the prom with me my senior year of high school, and Grace is like a little sister to me, and we all stay in touch, and it's really, really great.
What was it like as a kid actor on the Broadway? What was it like with schoolwork and all of that?
It was so much fun. I loved it. A lot of kids are homeschooled. I chose not to do that because I wanted to stay in school. I went to an all girls Catholic elementary and high school. So college was actually the first time I've ever been in class with guys. It's interesting, but I loved it. For A Christmas Story, it was different than Matilda because Christmas Story, I didn't go to school, but I got the work. So we actually were in school from 11 a.m. until 4 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes and Fridays. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we were in school from 11 to 4. All of the kids in the green room. It was amazing. I loved every second of it. And I actually, surprisingly, you'd think that we wouldn't get work done, but we get a lot of work done. And our tutors were unbelievable, and they were just so helpful, and I loved them so much. And for Matilda, I was in 8th grade during A Christmas Story, so I was prepping for high school and the tests, taking tests and stuff. And I eventually, when I got to Matilda, I was a freshman. So it was my first year, new school. Um, and I wanted to go full time. So I did. And I didn't go to school on Wednesdays, but every night I was in tutoring backstage at the show with all of the tutors. And it was different because I was 14 and the other kids were like in middle school and elementary school. So it was that huge, a little bit of a big age gap, especially in the academic world because there's so much more work. So I was in there every single day, but I loved it. And it was great because when I went to college, and by the time I got to college, I knew how to manage my time.
And Matilda seems like a fun show with that age range of people because you're like the big sister, I guess, at that point.
It was.
What was that like getting to work, with kids that are also potentially making their Broadway debut at the age that you were, but now you're just a little bit older?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I Same with the Christmas Story. They're like my siblings. They're my family, and it was really really great to get to be. They used to call me the fifth guardian because I have that maternal nature, I guess, that I like to take care of everybody and make sure that everybody's okay. And it's the same with Doubtfire too. Like I always make sure everybody's doing all right. And it was just amazing to be with them and to kind of be. I knew that I had to be a role model for all of them,
Mhm.
and it was great that I mean, sometimes it was a little bit of pressure because I had to be the example because I was the oldest, but it was it was great. I loved it.
It's always fun being the one who gets to. I think it's fun, at least, to be the one who gets to go around and be like, "Hey, how you doing? Everything good?" And
Yeah,
you're like, you get older and you're the hostess with the mostest, and
right. That's exactly what it is.
it prepares you for
It
future
does. It
things down
does.
the line. So I want to talk a little bit about Mrs. Doubtfire.
Right.
You have been with the show for a bit.
For
Um,
sure, I guess. Well, and we want to say I've been with them since their Seattle run, so
yeah.
about a year ago. Yeah.
What's it been like? Basically getting to kind of originate a role on Broadway.
It's unbelievable. It's so weird for me because I'm like, really, is this really happening? But it's so, and I couldn't have asked for a better show and a better team to be working with, especially as my first principal. At such a young age, I'm just so grateful I get to work with Jerry Zaks, who is like my grandfather, and he's teaching me everything, and I'm just absorbing like a little sponge and absorbing everything that he has to tell me because I just want to know everything of his wisdom. And his stories are just, when I tell you, this man's stories are insane. Like, he'll be like, oh, when I was in Fiddler with Zero, and I'm like, Fiddler with Zero, okay, great.
Let me just like drop the name, drop the show.
Drop the names when he talks about his experience in Greece, and he loves. It's so great because he loves the craft, and it's different because when I was a kid in the shows, I mean, I didn't really have lines. So I was mostly working specifically with the dance team and the music team because we were ensemble. And I love getting to work with Jerry because he's just a master class as a human being and as a director, and it's really an eye-opening experience for me, especially getting to work with all the other adults, and it's just so much fun and I love it.
Yeah, I just missed you at the BroadwayCon first look little concert because my panel was happening at the same time. They really like to schedule my panels during the main stage of the first look. But I did see some footage afterwards, and that's it looks fun. It's fun,
Well,
and
so
it's
much fun.
wild that you get paid to just have fun and like groove on stage.
It
Um,
is so much fun.
so I'm
It's
excited for that to come back and for Broadway to come back.
oh,
Um,
we will be. We will
but
be.
you guys did not have your opening night yet,
We
right?
did not.
You were still
We
in
were three.
previews.
We were 3 days in. We were
Hmm
3 days in. We opened on that Monday, and Thursday they dropped the bombs.
What
Yeah.
was not to get too upsetting, but what was what was that like how did you learn about it? Because I know some people learned about it through Instagram and like people texting them being like,
Pretty
"Hey, did you
much.
see this?"
Pretty much. We were in meetings obviously because obviously we knew that it was going on.
Hmm
So we were told, I want to say on the Tuesday. We started previews on Monday. Tuesday we had a meeting. We're gonna be okay. Like everything's good. And then 2 days later, we were they were rehearsing something on stage, and I was in my dressing room with some friends, and I remember getting text messages
hmm
from from friends who I had known from high school and other people who I had known from camp. Like random people are texting me. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking of you. And I'm like, what are they thinking of? Like, thank you. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, the preview. Oh, we
Right.
started previews. No, not the case. And Charity Dawson is my dressing
Mhm.
roommate, and she said, just put the phone away. Just put the phone away. I started hysterical crying. It was just shocking because I just didn't expect this. I didn't expect it at all whatsoever. You could have told, like, that was the last thing. Just never
Yeah.
thought that a virus was going to shut down our show, shut down our industry. And there we're thinking that it's only 4 weeks. So and I was actually in denial the entire time, and we're not, it's not shutting down. We didn't hear from Kevin yet. Kevin's our head producer. He was like, we didn't hear from Kevin yet. We didn't hear from Kevin. And we didn't hear from Kevin until an hour later because he was at that meeting with the league.
Right.
And up until then, everybody was like, yeah, we're going to be leaving for 4 weeks. So I was like, no, we're not. We didn't hear from Kevin.
It's like, no, I gotta get what do you mean? I have to like wig prep and like get
Over there,
everything.
right over my head. And which I guess is fine. But then Kevin was there, and Kevin told us that we get your stuff, leave everything here. We'll be back in 4 weeks. Cool. Hysterics, hysterics, hysterics. We'll be back in 4 weeks. My mom said, get in the car. We're going home. Now, I just had my first apartment, which is now not it's not mine anymore. But yeah, it was shocking, and especially, and even after the 4 week marker came, I said, oh, I'm going back. It was more, I'm going back in 4 weeks. I'm going back on that day unless they tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
That's kind of just how I'm taking this thing. I'm just riding the train,
Yeah.
which is what everyone's doing, I guess.
Yeah. My heart fully went out to everyone who went home and moved in with their parents again after 20, 30 years and
Yeah.
just to a new state and all of that.
It was just something that was completely unheard of, and no one ever heard of it before, and
Mhm.
it was unprecedented.
Yeah.
And especially being, we were just right there. We were on
Right.
that move. And our first preview, my family, about 30 members of my family came on first preview, and they were making jokes saying that the entire borough of Staten Island was there. But we were just on a high. We were on a big high. We were just starting to get like into the nitty gritty of the work,
Yeah.
and bomb.
Yeah. Well, we are so excited for Doubtfire to make its opening night and all the shows that sadly did not get to open
Yeah.
when Broadway comes back. So please wear
So
a mask and social distance and do all of
correct.
that fun stuff. You brought up the many other people in the industry that also have lost their jobs because the whole entire industry is shut down. So if you're watching, I ask you to donate to the Actors Fund while you're at it, because the Actors Fund is helping not only Broadway artists, but artists, literally anyone in the arts entertainment industry. Rephrase. Let me say that again. Arts entertainment industry. That's not a tongue twister, but apparently it was for me just a second ago. They're doing all they can. Any amount helps, even just $1. So if you have it in you, if you have the funds, please head to theactorsfund.org/donate and donate to the Actors Fund. We've never done this, but we'll play like a game on the show.
Oh, fun.
A fun little speed round of questions. Will they be theater related? Maybe. I don't know.
Let's just see.
My water. I gotta get ready for this. Okay. So, should I put a timer on? That's what we'll do. We'll do like a minute of questions. Oh, that'll be fun. That means I also have to think of questions off the cuff.
Speed round for both of us.
A minute is on the clock. Here we go.
Go.
What was the first Broadway musical that you saw?
Beauty and the Beast with Nick Jonas.
Oh, that was awesome. What is the first show that you were in?
Wizard of Oz. I was a munchkin and I had a line.
What was the line?
I don't remember.
Fail. Okay, what was your favorite subject in school?
Social studies.
Oh, that's fun. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Italy.
What is your dream role?
Ooh, Fanny Bryson, Funny Girl.
What is your dream miscast role?
Danny Zuko in Grease.
What was the first cast album that you were obsessed with?
Obsessed with? I don't know. Beauty and the Beast.
10 seconds. Oh my God. What show do you want to see that is currently on Broadway right now?
Well, when we get back, I really, really, really want to see Company because Patti LuPone.
Time. I don't know how many questions that was.
I don't know.
Oh, don't start over again. That was a lot of questions. We did good. We did good off the cuff there.
Great. Yeah.
Company, I think, is so interesting. I would love to see Company.
Okay. So I am obsessed with Patti LuPone.
Who isn't, right?
Truly. Patti LuPone and I feel like we have a connection. And you know, I feel like we haven't met, and I really would like to meet her in my lifetime. I just want to talk to her. I just literally want to have a conversation with her, and I want to see if we're alike, because a lot of her videos that she posted on Twitter of her in her house, it was like looking at any other member of my family.
Right.
So I feel like we'd have a bond. I don't know.
A nice vibe.
You know, it's like one of those, you know, when you look at someone and you're like, oh, we'd be really great friends.
Yeah.
I feel like that's me and Patti LuPone.
We gotta make that happen. Let me figure out who to get in touch with, and
I
then
would faint.
we'll get that. Maybe you'll see her like at like Tony's parties once the Tonys is back up, you know, because like we know she's gonna get nominated for a Tony. We know you're gonna get nominated for a Tony. So like,
imagine.
Wouldn't that be wild though?
That would be really wild. I would gladly watch her win the Tony.
Right.
In Radio City. That's nuts.
We'll have to find a way to make that happen. I'll put it in the stars. We'll manifest that. This is us manifesting it. It's out into the universe. Patti LuPone.
It's there.
Call her up. She's here.
Here I am, Patti.
Is there anyone else that you're like dying to meet in the industry?
Oh, well, everybody. Yeah, my two main. I mean, Barbara Streisand.
Right.
Definitely, Liza Minnelli. You know who I met once? I did meet Cheetah Rivera once at 54 Below.
I met Cheetah once in the weirdest way.
She had her performance of her show, and I was performing in this show after, and we were doing vocal warm-ups upstairs, and she came up, and I almost had a heart attack, because it's like, oh, all right, a living legend standing right in front of me. It was just, I want to meet, like, I love Golden Age, like that, like the roots of musical theater, that's where I live. Like I love Barbara Streisand, I love Patti LuPone, I love Bernadette Peters. Bernadette Peters is another one. If I ever met Bernadette Peters, I would probably fall flat on my face and scratch my whole head. But I I love them so much, and I admire them as actors and people and performers, and they pretty much inspire everything that I do. And I learned so much from them watching them in videos. And I saw Bernadette Peters in Hello Dolly, and I had an out of body experience because I felt like I was watching myself watch her because I was so starstruck.
That everyone who's gotten to play Dolly in that revival is just to have seen Bette Midler and just oh gosh.
I wish.
Also, you saw Nick Jonas.
I did.
That's wild.
I saw actually Christy Carlson Romano was in it too. It was like she did it because she was in Even Stevens at the time, and the reason why we went is because of Christy Carlson Romano. Obviously, nobody knew who Nick Jonas was at the time, but you know, it's my claim to fame.
That's my childhood.
It's
that is.
I will forever say that I saw. First of all, Christy Carlson Romano was great. I was only 2.5 or something. I don't know. I was really young. And I remember not watching all of it because I was very petrified of the Beast.
Yeah.
Very petrified. You know, when you're that young, I was always afraid of everything. So I shouldn't even be, I mean, it's really not odd for me to be afraid, but I was petrified of the Beast. So every time the Beast came on, my mom would have to take me downstairs in the lobby. But what's crazy is that I made my Broadway debut in the same theater where I saw my first show.
We love like a full circle moment.
It's a full circle moment. And I never forget when I realized it too. And I walked into the theater and I was like, why have I been here before? Why have I been? Like, I know the marquee, like I know the lights and how they, like, why have I been here before? And I said to my guardian, I was like, John, why have I been here before? What other shows were here? He was like, Little Mermaid. I'm like, nah, I didn't see Beauty and the Beast. I was like, no way, no way. But it's nuts. I still have the program too. I still have the big with the pictures and
the oh my god,
because originally it was at the Winter Garden.
Yeah.
And then they moved to the Lunch. So I saw it when it was at the Lunch because obviously I was not born when it was at the Winter Garden.
Right.
But how great, like it was just a full circle theater kid, like go you moment.
I love those. I love hearing about those moments. Well, thank you for sitting down and chatting with me. I could chat all day about Broadway and
Me too. I miss it so much.
I'm gonna put all of your links and everything down below. Make sure you wait and check out the music that's gonna come out. And I hope to see you on Broadway soonsies.
Thank you.
I would go along all that